Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. Let's just say the games I've been playing have been going pretty well, because I didn't even realize it, but I've accidentally entered the top 200 of EU. And you can only guess who I played in my last few games to reach that. Shall we go to the history tab? Let's go to the history tab. It's not Sona. I don't know if I actually want to... Yeah. I've entered the dark side, guys. I have entered the dark side. Yumi is... I mean, honestly, I do not understand how people cannot reach Challenger with Yumi. I played the champion. This is a... You know what? This is a Volibear video. We all know Yumi is stupid. This is a Volibear video. So... how the hell do you build Volibear, right? What the hell do you do on Volibear? And how do you play him? How is the enemy Volibear unkillable, but when you try it, you just can never reach the enemies? How does the enemy Volibear turret dive like crazy, but when you try it, it just doesn't work? All of that in today's video. So it starts with the important fundamentals of Volibear. How do you build this champion? There are multiple builds, multiple runes. Let me explain. So I'm only gonna go over the main builds because I know there are some other builds where people like to go Trinity Force and stuff. First of all, never go Trinity Force. Sure, it can be nice, right? Like sure, it can be nice with damage and everything like that, but you pretty much never go Trinity Force because Divine Sunderer, the healing it provides totally outmatches the bonus damage you get from Trinity Force. Because on Volibear, pretty much every game, not every game, but like a lot of the games, you're also going to be building a Spirit Visage. Because he has a lot of healing, he has the shielding on his third ability, and then of course that Divine Sunderer healing is going to be increased as well. So that's why like pretty much every game you go for Divine Sunderer. Just a small little thing. Next up, situational. Black Cleaver is good if you're against a very tanky composition. Like if you're against a lot of enemies that are very tanky armor wise, if they have a lot of armor, Black Cleaver is going to be great. Otherwise, just don't go Black Cleaver and straight up go tank. Like, I'm not even kidding. There is an item, Starix Gauge, that you can go for, like, extra damage, perhaps, if you want to. Also a good item. But otherwise, I swear to God, just go full tank. If you want to catch the enemy, you know, Dead Man's Blade. If you just want to be tanky, you know, Thornmail, Random's Omen. I shouldn't have to explain all these items, but you know what I mean? You go for all of these tanky items that are just very, very powerful. The Armor on Twingard is a very, very good one as well. But build this 1/3. Like, I've even had games where I've built Spirit Visage second because I needed the magic resist. You know, of course, Force of Nature is going to be a good item too. But like, honestly, that's it with Volibear. I don't want to make it too hard to understand. There's one more item that you could potentially go for, which is the Riftmaker. If your team is lacking magic damage, Riftmaker will be decent, I guess, because it will increase the damage of your passive and it will increase, like, essentially the magic damage you're outputting in team fights. Not by a whole lot, but just by a decent enough amount to be annoying to the enemy. If like as I said, if your team is like full AD, you can incorporate a random Riftmaker as like your third or fourth item, just to increase the magic damage output of your team. And for the boots, you always want to go for Mercury Threads or Plated Steel Caps. One of these two. And then you go for the Stone Plate to be able to tank like crazy. Like, Volibear is going to be unkillable in the later game with that Stone Plate. Yeah. So for the runes, you go Conqueror. Because, like, you can stay alive for so long. Conqueror will give you bonus AD, which is, like, gonna be your damage. And the Vampirism is nice, so Conqueror is gonna be the best. Right here, you have two choices. You can go for the Precision Tree. If you go for the Black Cleaver, go for the Precision Tree. If you do not go for the Black Cleaver, you go for the Resolve Tree. And the Resolve runes you go for is Courage of the Colossus, Bone Plating, and Overgrowth. And then lastly, depending on the game, you can go Triumph. Triumph is always good. Or you can go Legend Tenacity, because as a Volibear, you're always diving balls deep into the enemy. So Legend Tenacity can help you survive that dive, because like you dive in, of course they're gonna try to stun you, right? Like Leona's gonna stun you, Morgana's gonna root you, etc, etc. And you're a very easy target, because Volibear is a very straightforward champion. He always chases the enemies. It's not like, you know, you're going left, right, you're only going forward. So you're gonna eat those stuns. So that's why, like, generally Legend Tenacity, you know, combined with the Armor on Twingard, which also gives you 20% Tenacity when activated, is gonna be enough for you to get, like, enough Tenacity. I've completely butchered the build right now, so I'm just gonna throw this one in here, in case, like, I get into a game with Volibear, so I know what to build. And for the spells, of course, you go Smite and Flash. If you play Volibear in the Baron lane, by the way, it's essentially the same, but you want to go for Grasp of the Undying in the Baron lane. That's the only difference between Baron lane Volibear and normal Volibear. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. So Volibear is quite an interesting champion right now. He's quite strong, very very tanky, and you know what I really actually love about Volibear? When he reaches level 5, he's actually incredibly powerful. He can beat a lot of champions. Like, his second ability is very very powerful. It does so much damage when you know, after you've used it once, because like the empowered one uses a lot, does a lot of damage. And then the other thing is, in the late game he transitions from like a carry, because you can genuinely carry the early game, to a tank, to an unkillable tank, to a Volibear. And the beauty is as well, even in the late game, you'll become a little bit more reliant on your ultimate for damage, because when you use your ultimate, you're gonna get bonus range and bonus damage. So when you use that ultimate, you know, you're slowing everyone and all of that, you're actually gonna do damage again, and then when your ult runs out, I guess you're just a tank again. So that's the thing with Volibear. There are a few tricks as well that I have to teach you with Volibear. Just because this champion doesn't have that many combos, but there are a few tricks which I'll tell you when I'm actually doing it in the game. Like how to actually hit your third ability more efficiently, how to use your ultimate a little bit better, how to do maximum damage in like a single tick of the game. All of that, well, like all of that. Right here you could see the first trick. If you didn't see it, let me just go back, because this is already the first trick. Look, when you use your first ability, look. When you use your first ability, there is no animation when you cast your third ability. So for example, like when you start off with your third ability, he does this move, right? Like, and then he throws down the third ability. So the enemies can very obviously hear this big ass roar when he puts it down. But when you use your first ability and then your third ability, the enemies do not see that you've used it. But Hells, how is this useful? Let me tell you how this is useful, right? Besides the fact that they won't see that you've used it, of course they can still see your third ability coming down, right? However, let me give you this particular scenario. Let's say the enemy's running away. Enemy's running away, there's a bush right here. There's a bush, right? Like a bush that they cannot see. You can chase that enemy with your first ability, activate first ability, put your third ability in the bush. The enemy is not gonna see your third ability whatsoever. They're literally gonna walk right into your third ability, which will slow them and allows you to catch up to them and stun them. If you time this correctly, you can even stun them within your third ability. Here's another little trick that I did, by the way. If you didn't see what I did, you can scroll back into the video. I'm not gonna do it myself now. Basically, before you ult, you wanna use your third ability to cut off the enemy path. So like if the Yone wanted to run away, I put my third ability behind him. He either has to walk into the third ability and then take my ult and die, or he has to dodge it and, you know, walk back to my Teemo. He chose the latter. He chose to dodge it and go back to my Teemo. Of course, both cases he's dead. So like before you ult, you pretty much always want to be using your third ability, because ulting on the enemy is gonna scare the hell out of them. And then putting your third ability as well on a place you don't want them to run to, because of course I do not want him to run towards his turret, it's just gonna confuse them. They don't know what to do. They're gonna panic, and, you know, each option is gonna be good for you. If they run back, you know, you're gonna kill them. If they run into your third ability, they're gonna take a whole lot more damage. You're gonna get shielded, you know, all of that. So it's a win-win situation. So when you ult, you should pretty much always use your third ability. You know what ability you also need to use? The ability to put down a comment under this video. It's the 1st of December. I have to pick winners for November. I'm gonna be picking winners for November very, very soon. For December, you've guessed it, I'm giving away 3 more skins. So I'm gonna be picking the winners for November very soon. Just so you guys know the way I give the skins, because I actually had a lot of trouble gifting a skin to someone that won the giveaway for last month. If you're in EU, I will actually gift it. If you're in any other region, I will either buy you a gift card, send you money through PayPal, and if all of that is not possible, then, you know, there are some other niche options that I can look for. Basically, 95% of the times these options work. The only annoying thing about gift cards is I have to get local gift cards. So like if someone from India, for example, won, I have to get like Indian gift cards. If someone from the USA won, USA often have PayPal, but I have to get an American gift card. You know what I mean? I don't know why it works like that. Why are there no global gift cards? You know what I mean? It would make life so much easier for me if there existed global gift cards. You see? That's the animation you get when you do not activate your first ability. He does his hand like that. Enemies can very clearly tell that you've just ulted. I'm seeing Yone that he, like, I'm literally leaving my blue buff and Yone is backporting. Should be a free kill. Right before the objectives as well. You know how much that one hurt? Right before the right before the objectives. And my team died as well. I'm gonna have to give up this dragon. And hopefully I'll be able to take this herald. I actually really need Teemo's help with this one. It would be very nice if he can help me. And in a team fight situation, you want to spam your second ability. Whenever you want to use it, spam it. I do not want you guys to try to be fancy by, like, you know, doing maximum damage. I can smite Herald. Yeah, I smited Herald here to survive, basically. And it worked very well. So, what I tried to say is, I don't want you guys to try to be, like, super efficient. Try to do maximum damage by basic attacking right before your second ability. In a teamfight situation, just use your second ability. Like, it does so much more damage than a basic attack in a teamfight, especially later game. Just use it whenever the hell you can. Don't try to be fancy with the combos. Just use it. I'm dead here. Yeah, I'm just dead. But I put down Herald just to, like, get my gold. I could have put it mid. But to be fair, my idea was I really wanted to snowball this top lane. Like, I wanted to kill this Yone over and over again. Because I realized Yone is a very easy kill. Because if you actually look at mid lane, it's a Khazadin. I cannot really kill the Khazadin very easily. If I ult his turret, if I ult Khazadin, he's just gonna ult away. And Thresh and Lucian are also a pretty hard gank for me. Because Thresh can ult me in, you know, push me around. Lucian can dash around. So Yone is pretty much the only target I can actually kill pretty easily. So my idea was to make it a bit even easier for me to gank this Yone, basically. That was the idea behind it. I don't know if it was a good idea, but I'm just explaining to you guys what my thought process was when I actually did that. Also, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you give it a like as well. It really supports the channel a lot. I have a new video for the True Damage series coming very soon. I don't want to spoil you guys too much. I want to keep it special, you know. I'm not going to make True Damage videos very often. It's going to be a long series. It's going to be running for months. And slowly but steadily, we're going to be playing through the champions with a true damage build. And who knows? Who knows? I'll come up with a new series. Or if anyone has an idea for another series, you're even welcome to send it to me on social media, you know? Like if you have a really nice idea for a new series, like, I don't know, like just building full tank on every champion or whatever, you know, just let me know. I'm definitely curious about that, because I think it could be very nice content to make these types of series. It's a little bit more effort. It's actually a lot more effort, but I think it's fun. It also costs me a lot of ranked points. But again, I am in the top 200 of the server, even though I'm actually doing these series and really not tryharding too much. So that's actually pretty nice. I'm not ulting yet. Okay. So you know why I didn't instantly ult right there? I even survived. So let me let me actually just show you before we finish this fight. Let me show you what my idea was. My idea was that I wanted to dodge an important stun ability with my ult. Take a look. Let's see when I used it. Thresh hooked me and then I used it. Okay, you know what I actually think I was waiting for? I think I was waiting for their movement abilities, and then when they are all on top of me, I'll ult them and slow them. I think then I think that was my idea. I think it was fine to do, because if I instantly ulted, they could have just ran away. So I think it was an okay thing to do it like that, because like you can think multiple different ways of playing Volibear. You can instantly ult to scare them away, that's okay, or you can wait for them and let them think they can win the fight, then you ult, right? You slow all of them. You put down your third ability, you ult, you slow them within your third ability, and you just completely turn around the fight. And the Karma gave me a beautiful shield as well. So, you know what I mean? Like, you can do it like that too. It's really up to your imagination how you want to play this champion. Both are good. The way you want to max his abilities, by the way, is second ability first. This is your main damage ability. Then the first ability. And of course, whenever you can, put a point in your ultimate. I love how in Wild Rift, every champion's ultimate is useful. Like, you always want to max your ult as fast as possible. I remember in Vainglory, there were like so many champions where you wouldn't even max the ultimate. Some champions you wouldn't even upgrade the ultimate, like... I think that was quite interesting, but for Wild Rift it's completely different. Each champion really has like a game-changing ultimate that you pretty much always want to upgrade. The thing about Volibears though, which I would say is the danger of Volibear, is he's very prone to kiting. Like, you can get kited very easily. For example, if you're against a Tristana and you're trying to chase down a Tristana, you know, it can be a little bit annoying to catch up to her, because she can jump away. And then the moment you do catch up to her, she's gonna ult you, right? She's gonna push you right back. You only really have your first ability to chase. But if the enemy is faster than you, it's annoying. Like, it's really annoying. And your ultimate can also chase the enemy. But still, it's you know what I mean? It's not crazy mobility. So that's why I'm telling you guys, it's extremely important to properly utilize your third ability. Like you see, boom, third ability. That one is gonna slow the enemy, give you a shield as well, and that one like allows you to do the final catch on the enemy and catch up to them. It also does a lot of damage. So it's just a very strong ability to use, and I really recommend you to get good at using the third ability of Volibear by incorporating the tricks I've told you in this video, which is, you know, using it during your first ability, using it before your ult. I'm trying to secure this objective, but it just took so much damage. You see, that was not really a good ult, but and not necessarily not a good ult. It was just Kazan is annoying. He can just jump away. I should have actually waited for his ult, and then I should have ulted him. That would have been better. I'm not afraid of Jarvan and Thresh. They can never kill me. So you can see I'm literally just stepping up to them like crazy. They are never gonna kill me. Champions like that will never kill you. The only champions that can kill you are like ADCs that have, you know, decent damage. Like a Jinx or something. Or someone that can kill you is like bruisers. Like a Darius, like a Fiora, Jax. You know, those types of champions are also a bit dangerous for you. But like an Ahri is never gonna kill you. You know what I mean? Now Orianna on the other hand can kill you. So that's like the bit of a difference when you play Volibear. Khazad is also not a problem for me. Like if you look at this enemy composition, who is really the only problem that I have? Who's their ADC? It's Lucian. Lucian can be a bit annoying. Yone can definitely kill me. If he goes Blade of the Doom King, Yone can absolutely 1v1 me easily. So it's really up to him having a Blade of the Doom King or not. Seems like I chose to go Black Cleaver this game. Does it make sense? Yes. Does it? It kinda does. Like, it allows me to 1v1 the Jarvan very easily. It just, even if the enemies are not like that tanky, it gives you more damage output. But it definitely takes away from your tankiness. Because you could have had like a whole ass, I could have had like a Randuin's Omen now, you know what I mean? So, and Randuin's Omen also does damage, that's the thing. It's funny because Randuin's Omen actually does quite a decent amount of damage if the enemy has a lot of crit. If they really have a lot of crit, Randuin's Omen, on top of it tanking a lot of damage, it does quite a lot of damage too. Because it stores the damage. I'm actually still so happy with how the video became for the True Damage series. All the nice reactions. Like, I was watching Starting All Over's stream, and even in his chat, there were so many people that were like, I just watched your True Damage video, it was so nice. It's so amazing. You know what I mean? People are just watching it. It's so cool. It's so cool that finally seeing, you know, the hard work in that series that happened pay off. And I already have a new video for you guys ready for a new champion. It's an insane video. Oh, even my voice. It's an insane video. I found a crazy champion. Broken Support actually made a video about this thing that I'm about to release on the True Damage series. You can guess what it is, but I've made it even crazier. Like, I've made it even crazy. It's crazy, crazy strong. But honestly, I've got the idea from Broken Support. You guys will see. You guys will see. That guy is a crazy theory crafter, Broken Support. Absolutely love his videos as well. He's also a really nice guy, so it's just such a nice content creator to have around you. What am I doing here? I was not really paying that much attention. Yeah, so catching up to Lucian, that's a whole different story. I ain't gonna be able to catch up to him. He can probably not kill me easily. I can only flash on him and smite him and stuff like that, but Yone is also pushing turret. So I'm gonna try to gank him. He actually chose to go for the turret, so I'm gonna try to kill him. Cut off his path, as you can see. He's stunned, and like I'm gonna smite him, and he's dead. You see? But if he was full HP, he would be able to 1v1 me. Because he can just run, use his first ability, run all the time, tornado me, all of that. I cannot, like, I have no chance against Yone. But of course, if he's very low HP, I can just kill him. Volibear doesn't have a good secure, by the way, on objectives. I'm just ulting over the wall. Okay. Guess I'm just doing that. And then I go back and I smite it. That's hilarious. I was just scaring away the Jarvan and then I just used the plant to jump back. If the plant was used already, I would have just flashed over the wall, by the way. But of course, I'm not gonna flash if I can just use the plant, right? So that was my idea. I didn't want to make it a 50-50 battle because Volibear really does not have a good smite. So I just wanted to keep Jarvan away and then, you know, flash over the wall. But luckily, I could just use the plant anyway. So that was good for me. I can get the armor on Twin Guard. I should take the blue, go back, take the Twin Guard and go for the Drake. That's what I should do. Let's see what I actually do. I could also take Dragon and then go back because the Jarvan is dead. So should be a free Dragon for me, basically. Yeah, so that this is also fine to do. I had such a long coaching session yesterday, by the way. There was a guy that I was coaching for like 2 hours. It was very fun and informative, actually. Very nice to see someone that truly wanted to learn a lot about the game. So that was very, very nice, actually. I love doing that. I still actually coach quite a lot of people, like definitely dozens of hours per month, I would say. So it's still definitely a thing that I do quite a lot, and I love doing it. Making people get better at the game is the one reason I got hired as an analyst and a caster to cast Wild Rift Worlds last year. Is because of my ability to, you know, to properly analyze the mistakes, the good things, how to play the game on a micro and on a macro level and all of that. So I think it's pretty nice that I do coaching sessions. It was a very good idea to do that. And if you're interested in getting coached by me as well, just message me on Discord. Of course, this is a paid thing, so it's not something that's free. But if you're interested, if you want to hear more about it, you can just message me on Discord and I can explain it to you. Oh, look at that. You see what I did right there? You can avoid stuns. So Thresh tried to push me away with third ability, but I just... your ult will make you unstoppable and stop it. Look at that damage, by the way. You see that? That's the second ability damage. It's so much. You stun an enemy, put down your third ability, second ability, it does crazy damage. Second ability is just ridiculous of Volibear. I actually think they need to nerf that damage. It's a little bit too much in my opinion. You know, him being tanky is all nice because it's Volibear. He should be tanky. But that second ability just does ridiculous damage to enemies. It just chunked down like 35% of Lucian's HP with one second ability. And also you're unkillable, so it's kind of unfair if you ask me. That should be an ult on him. Ult? Actually, he's just dead, so I'm not gonna ult him. I can ult their base and just turn it into ice and we can win the game. But they respond. I'm gonna try to save my karma to be a nice guy. I didn't save him, but I did kill the Jarvan, so it's fine. They cannot kill me. Again, Yone is a bit annoying, but it doesn't seem like Yone has a Blade of the Rune King. Of course, without the Blade of the Rune King, he's never gonna kill me. And you can see, every time I use my second ability, I just heal so much. That's because of the healing I have, and because of the Divine Sunderer, guys. The Divine Sunderer is disgusting. The empowered second ability, not the normal one. The empowered one heals you a lot on an enemy. This should be the win. This should be the victory. Yep, there we go. So let's take a look at how much damage I did and how much I tanked as well, because it's gonna be quite interesting. It should be quite a lot, both. Let's see. Tristana got the MVP, interesting. Ah, she was 1403. I guess that makes sense. Decent damage. Decent tanking. It was actually less than I thought, but okay. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.